so I decided to write a song.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the MakeAway podcast. I'm here with a revolutionizer, a groundbreaker, earth shaker, one of the most renowned videographers in the Philadelphia sports media scene. I'm here with a good brother named Kee Vandaway. How we doing, my man?
I'm good. Ready to get this interview started.
I mean, a lot of people know your name. A lot of people don't know your face. A lot of people will see your logo and know exactly who it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm very thankful to have you today, my man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you reaching out to me.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm actually, as you know, I've been pretty familiar with your work for a long time. You know, and Philly is kind of stamped that, like, you know, to be a tough boy in the sports media, to be a tough boy in the sports scene, you got to have a Kee Vandaway video, right? Whether it be a workout video, a game day video, like you got to have that Kee Vandaway logo come up at the end of one of your videos to know you one of them, right?
Right. You got to have one of my videos.
And I mean, my little brother back in 2018, he always tell me, like, yeah, man, my first tough, like, sideline view game day video was from Kee Vandaway. And I remember that's how I showed his game to one of my coaches who was on the bus on the way to the game. I'm like, you see this coach, you about to pay him next year. I'm going to tell you that right now. And it was my little brother. So really appreciate you.
Yeah, I remember that video. And that was when I really was started into that football scene. I might have did games before that, but he was definitely one of them that, you know, got me really started into that football world.
Mm-hmm. And it was just like, it was just so creative because you're just watching your videos. And, you know, I'm one of those people, I was a graphic designer, so I give a lot of respect to people who can sit down and edit a long video. Because I know personally, like, just making a one-shot picture, making a graphic, like, how many layers and how much effort and how much lighting and editing goes into it. So I can't imagine even a minute-long video, how long it would take you to put that together, you know what I mean?
I mean, when you first start, it takes a minute. It takes a long time because you don't know, you know, when you film and you don't know where every clip is at. Then I finally came up with a solution. A good clip, take another clip, cover the lens, mark it so you know to keep going back. Now you can go to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that speed up the process of me editing videos because I knew now where the clips was at. I didn't have to go watch the whole game over again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, now it's like, it's quick, but there's some videos that probably take forever.
Mm-hmm. What sports do you prefer to shoot the most?
Honestly, I like doing boxing videos for real. But, I mean, I do more basketball because it's more games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to say what I like the most is boxing, what I will do the most is basketball. But football is, 3 months, and then it's over with.
Yeah.
So,
who are the most memorable people you ever shot for?
as in high school, college, or celebrities?
And any of them, you know?
All right. So,
Like, what was the most, like, if you could just name, like, the most memorable games or experiences that you had shooting before?
for one is Tyke Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Played for Georgia. He was playing for TEP. City playoff situation happened. You know, he was going through it. Team was going through it. And my man ran for like 283 yards that night. Had like 3 touchdowns or something like that. He just went off.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a video that he ran the dude over that I caught. And it went viral because he posted it. I mean, he had like 100,000 views. And, you know, that was early high school, so Instagram really wasn't
What
like
it is now. It didn't have the reels and stuff, yeah.
Right, so it went far to like 100,000 views in a day or so. And it's still being shown now. Like, it's still being shown.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there was one of my most memorable sports videos. And I actually collabed with Jado that game.
Mm-hmm.
Jado Films. We did the video together.
Yeah. I feel like that's extremely important. You know, a lot of people, especially in the greater Philadelphia area, you don't see a lot of people who are willing to collaborate with other people that's in their space because everybody feels like they're in competition for the customer's dollar. Tell me about the importance of being able to work with other people.
I mean, it's good. It's good to work with other people, especially if you can get along with them. I collab with my man that's here now a whole lot. Like, we did a whole lot of stuff together. And we both were starting out basically at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first ever doing a collaboration and know how to do a collaboration. So the importance of with collabing with somebody is like you got to understand how they feel, what their look is like. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of eye do they have? But then you got some that's going to collab and think that they way better than you and won't even use your footage. So they might use one clip of what you use and that's it. So it's basically you got to have a good eye that can match the person that's doing it with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if your timing is off, your settings of your camera is off, anything that's off, it ain't going to look right. It's going to look terrible. So I think the importance is you got to have the right connection with that other videographer.
Obviously, you know, you obviously do work with other people, but for the games that you do shoot by yourself, it can't be easy.
I mean, it's easy, but it ain't easy because you might miss something. And now you like, dang, like I missed that.
Somebody got dunked on.
Somebody got dunked on. Listen, I missed a whole lot of dunks. A lot of these kids be like, "Kid, did you get the dunk?" I'm like, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I missed that, John. And they be like, all right, that's cool, whatever. But I missed a lot. When you by yourself, you do miss a lot because you might get a dunk. Boom, you're looking at it. And then now you're trying to upload it to your phone so you can quickly put it on Instagram. And during that time, here goes somebody else with a better dunk. Boom. Now you done missed it. So yeah, by yourself, it is kind of bad. So
yeah, no, I mean,
you gotta be able sometimes have another person with you. You know. But me, like I said, I don't count on nobody no more. Like it's tough because people take advantage. You try to pay them, they take advantage. Like you'll pay them and they give you half work. That's not even up to your grade. Like why am I paying you? You're not even taking it serious. So I just do a lot of stuff by myself. You call me a one-man army.
I like that. You know, I really feel that too because in this space, a lot of people, you know, it's easier to get more eyes on a podcast when you working with multiple people's social media accounts, obviously collaborating with multiple people, having multiple people pushing it out on their platforms. But when I was first looking to start, you know, I was realizing that I got to be real flexible in my schedule. I got to be able to match whatever time and day that the guests got going. And it's real hard to be able to have somebody else commit the time the same way you do.
Yep.
And you already trying to work around the guest schedule. Now you working with somebody else around their schedule. Like it's really get frustrated real quick. So I'm like, you know what? I'm the only one with money stocked in this. I'm the only one really putting like my coin into it. So I'm just gonna do it by myself. And if I end up with a co-host along the way, it happens. But I really feel like I don't want to have to complain about somebody else not being on the timing that I'm on because I'm ready to get to it.
Right. And that's the thing. It's 1 out of 10. I'm gonna just use 10 as the number. 1 out of 10 that you can find somebody that you can actually count on to actually work with you. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him. Like when I started maybe about a year before he started. But and that was 2012, 13 maybe. I could be lying. I don't know. But to this day, we still can work together, even though he does his own path. He does photography, the fashion, stuff like that. I do the sports. I can like not tonight. Like I can say, yo, can you come down to this joint, take some pictures? He's here. You know what I'm saying? If I need him to do a sports game, he's gonna be there. If he need me to come do something, I'm gonna be there. Like we never had that issue where as though I can't count on him or he can't count on me. Now recently, like all these new people coming out, there's some you might can count on, there's some you can't. You know, I can give somebody a gig, right? Now mind you, I've been working college games and they've been paying 4-digit numbers, right? Not no $100 video, not a $200 video, but for one weekend they paying $5,000 for 2 videos, right? The one I sent somebody to one event, they screaming and hollering about $150, and I ain't get the content yet. You want $150 from me, and you ain't even give me the content yet. How can I give you the money when the work ain't even done yet? So this generation, there's some you can count on, there's some you can't. You know, people worry about gas money more than worrying about eating a steak and lobster. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather eat a steak and lobster than eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
They wanted the McDonald's money. So I just can't count on them more. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's real frustrating too because I feel like a lot of people is results oriented instead of process oriented.
Yeah, yeah, you're definitely right. You're definitely right because I don't get it. The thing is, a lot of people search for likes than the money. They'd rather have likes on Instagram than to make a dollar. I'd rather take 3 likes on Instagram and you pay me a $2,500 check rather than 800 likes to $100 check. That don't make no bit of sense at all.
Not at all.
I don't care about the what you call it
The likes and the views.
Yeah, for what? For what? It's gonna promote your business. Yes, but at the end of the day, you got bills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got stuff that you got to pay for. So, for instance, you get a $2,500 check, you buy a new camera. Guess what? Now your content price is going up even more now. I don't care about the likes. The likes ain't paying for nothing. You know what I mean? Especially when you're an entrepreneur. When you're an entrepreneur, you got to get them checks.
Mm-hmm.
You can't worry about likes. But that's this generation now. This generation worry about likes than worrying about a paycheck. And that's where the business get messed up at. Because if someone like your brother hired me,
mm-hmm.
and I tell him my price, somebody's going to lowball you and say, listen, I'll do it for $50. Especially if I'm charging $250. If I'm charging $250, somebody going to say I'm going to do it for $100. Your brother might say, all right, I'm going to go with him because he charges cheaper. But is the quality better? Is the edit better? The turnaround better? You know what I'm saying? So they'll do that. They'll get 1,000 likes for $100. That's not making no money. That $100 is going to go right to your gas and food on the same damn day. So
you
this
still got
generation
bills.
messed up.
And you still got bills.
Exactly.
And the interesting thing about that too is I feel like that translates to all types of fields. I was actually talking to my boy today. He trains athletes, and he's like one of the better running back trainers in the city. So he bring a lot of the kids down, like anywhere from little league kids to older kids, college guys, and all. And he was saying that the biggest struggle that he's been having is being able to maintain clientele, because nowadays every time you wake up, somebody that gets done playing wants to be a trainer, and they come out and be like, all right, bet I'm the new trainer on the block. I'm charging $20 a workout. Come out, and he's like, listen, man, I might charge a little more than that, but you got 400 videos on my page of content of proof of the type of work that you're getting when you're working with me, and you can see the development of the kids that work with me, and you can see the gains and the production that come from the people that work with me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want the $20 workout, go ahead, and I'm not going to chase you over to him. I'm not going to meet you at his price. I'm not going to do none of that. But it's going to come down to who you want to work out with, because he said he has an issue with retaining people over long periods of time. But if there's one thing that's going to happen, they always going to come back.
Yeah, they always going to come back. Like, I was into a situation like that. Like, I never called myself a trainer. Never said it. My niece played basketball, and I worked her out at a young age coming up.
Mm-hmm.
As she began to get older, I got other trainers that I trusted with her. You know what I'm saying? That got her to where she's at now. Again, I never called myself a trainer. I never went out and asked a kid, don't go train with this guy, come with me. Because I don't charge. Like, I don't charge to work out somebody. And I mean work out meaning is, I'm not sitting here teaching you footwork. I'm not teaching you nothing, none of that. So I call myself not a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to rebound. I am going to pass you the ball. I am going to set screens for you to get your shot up to practice. There's a difference between a trainer that's teaching you how to play. I'm not teaching you nothing. I'm just simply putting you through a workout, getting you some cardio and getting your energy right.
Mm-hmm.
I never, ever went to a kid ever and say, stop working out with him, come work out with me for free. I never said that. Kids would come to me and say, can I work out with you? Can I come to your gym? Can you guys a gym? Sure, come on in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Work them out, and that was it. Lately, the past few years, it's been a lot of backlash from it. People hating on me. People throwing my name under the bus. Oh, he around the girls and this and that. Why? Why are y'all saying that? Grown men don't say that.
At all.
Grown men, you come to me, you approach me on the fact. You don't go on social media and say no nonsense. You don't go around and say, oh, parents came to me and said this. why would a parent come to you, for instance, and me and you never had no conversation, no nothing, to tell you about Kee Vandaway? That don't make no bit of sense. So I found that BS. But again, I never call myself a trainer. So to this day now, I still be in the gym, but not with 20, 30 people. Right now, with 2 people. One is my J, that VSU, you know, and my niece. Now, I am helping another young lady at R. Reed who had 5 surgeries on her knee to come back, you know, to rehab it, to come back to play. She seen what I did with my J. My J had an ACL tear. Nobody helped her out to work out, to get back. All summer, last year, the past summer, I've been working her out in the gym every day, Planet Fitness, the swimming pool, you know, on the basketball court. Now she's 15-1 at VSU right now. You know what I'm saying? One of the top guards in that conference. Maybe in that division. You know what I'm saying? But again, I never called myself a trainer, so why was trainers getting mad at me for putting in work? Especially during the COVID year when everything was shut down. I had a key to a gym. Somebody gave me a key to the gym. I took kids to Drexel University to the Sandlot. That went from having 5 people to 25 people when the police had to come and say, y'all got to spread it out. But people was mad at me saying, why is he doing this and why he's doing that? What you mean why? Kids ain't got nothing to do during the COVID year. Y'all not doing nothing. So why y'all mad at me? So it was the same predicament. I understand where, like you said, the running back coach, you know, is like, you want to go to the low budget person? Cool. But maybe that low budget person said, listen, if he's training you for 40, I'll do it for 20, which is wrong. You know, you should never do that. Especially if the $40 person is really putting in work and know what he's doing, like he's stamped. Yeah. You should never underpath or cut that person off. And I for one, never did that ever. Ever in my time teaching my niece and them how to play basketball.
I mean, and that's all it is. It's like you just saying, I got the gym. I'm here working out with my niece. If any of her friends, any of her colleagues, anybody else that want to come, pull up. I got the gym open. This is not an organized session. This is not no skill development course, no 12 workout package. This is just I'm somebody that likes basketball, and I want to see the development of young people in the greater Philadelphia area. If you want to get right, come get right with us.
Exactly. That's all it is.
And that's all it is. And I feel like the problem is, when people hear stories like that, when people hear that people are just trying to help somebody out the kindness of their heart, or somebody trying to go out their way to help other people, people love drama. So they got to put a negative spin on it. They got to have a negative connotation around it, you know. My one guy, Jack, he has a nonprofit called Focus that just helps athletes in the greater Philadelphia area, free SAT prep for these kids, transportation home. When SEPTA had tokens, he was giving the kids tokens. When they got the SEPTA key cards, he started giving them the little tickets to throw right in the L because the kids was jumping the turnstiles. Like, whatever the kids needed, food after the workouts, he got partnership at Cordoba that after they get done at the gym, they walk over to Cordoba, get a free meal so the kids go home with a full stomach. All the little stuff. Oh, why he like being around young men that much and nobody else there? Right. Why he the only adult in the room? Oh, damn, why this, why that, why this? What's going on there? I feel like this should be supervised. Is these sessions being filmed? Like, I've heard it all, man. I had people pull me to the side because I was one of the first year involved with him when I was helping him out. You know how many people that wouldn't ever press him? I haven't really heard nobody press him, but a lot of people, because my face was on a lot of the pictures, my face is on a lot of social media. Hey, bro, like, you know, I don't want to be one of those guys, but is there anything a little unusual that happened down there? Because all of these type of stories always end up with something unusual. Like, people just want something to talk about. They want a headline. They want something to push through the weeds. But it's like, no, why he can't just be a good dude?
Yep, and I was in that same assumption. I went on an AAU trip. Both of my nieces played AAU, same team. Mind you, I went on a trip. I took my niece. Her mom and dad be busy, you know, working, whatever. So I went on the trips. My niece stayed in my room. You know what I mean? My other niece, her dad and them went, but they came to my room. We had a pillow fight. He was there. We had a pillow fight, right? nothing crazy. It's my nieces. We playing pillow fight, whatever, this or that. The same person that wanted to say, why is he around these kids or whatever, telling people, yeah, he having pillow fights with the kids. First of all, it's my nieces. It ain't no somebody outside of my family. Ain't no other kids. It's us. If it was a secret, why even post it on videos? Like, we having fun on live doing it. Pillow fight. People laughing and giggling. But the same people that hates me working people out is the same ones that want to throw those assumptions they having pillow fights with kids. That don't make no bit of sense. And then somebody accused me of, why do you play video games with them? Duh. That's how you interact with other kids to let them know that you are a good person. If I'm playing video games in my house and my niece is in her house playing a video game, how am I being interrupted with
It's your niece.
Huh?
It's your niece at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
This is your niece. If you could be playing video games, you could take her to the mall to buy ice cream. You can take her to the court to play basketball. Here, there, no matter what you say, it's your niece at the end of the day. This is family.
At the end of the day, right.
It's your niece.
And thing is, I care less what people were saying because I knew what my intentions was.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom knew what my intentions was. Her dad, her other uncles, everybody knew I'm there for the good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure she got to where she at today. And that's playing for Jacksonville University.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we still talk. I still fly out there to the games. So,
and that's the issue, man. And it just hurts me to see that, like, people can't see a positive relationship between someone that's older and someone that's younger, whether it's family, whether it's just because just imagine, like, let's say somebody was like a high school coach. Let's say you was, let's just say you guys wasn't family. Let's say you was her high school basketball coach. You was with her for 4 years, whatever have you. You help her get into school. She graduates. She go to college. Oh, why is he flying down to watch her games when he could watch her on TV? That's a little creepy, don't you? Why is it your business? You don't understand the relationship they have. You don't understand the connection that you have. Like, when you are putting in pain with somebody, when you're working hard, when you're trying to see somebody go from point A to point B, you value the journey.
Exactly.
You value the journey. You love seeing someone else succeed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When I got 2 little brothers, but all of their teammates all know me for when I go to their games. I got 200 little bros right now because I got 2 little brothers with a bunch of homies that I've been watching play their whole life while I was playing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, when I'm going to these big group workouts, when I go, like the Destroying had the one-on-ones down in Philly, when I went to the one-on-ones, all of the young boys, hey, what's up, big bro? What's up, Swag? What's up? But because it's boys, nobody ain't going to never say, oh, that's weird. Why all the young boys know you? They all 13 to 16. Why you know all the high school kids? That's a little, no.
Right.
But because you're dealing with young women, and that's the problem. It's not enough people that's out. It's never going to be enough people to develop the kids.
At all.
It's never going to be enough people to help all the children out there.
And let's be honest. The men's and boys sports gets more exposure than women's sports.
Mm-hmm.
So, mind you, even with the video stuff, I started videoing out Ashley Jones, played at Shottham, went all through college now, right? Mm-hmm. That was my first video of her, Ashley Jones. But after her, I did a lot of guys. Jack Clark, Shottham, Zaire Harrison, Shottham, a whole bunch of other people from Shottham, and from even Imhotep.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of videos, you know what I'm saying, of guys playing. But as it went on, I resorted to doing a lot of girls stuff because you never see cameramen at a girls basketball game,
mm-hmm.
right? Mind you, only see me. You won't see none at a boys game. You see during that time, you would see about 3, 5. None at a girls game.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing a lot of girls stuff, a lot of girls game. Plus, I'd be at my niece's AAU games, her growing up. You know, I'm there consistently or whatever. Now, this generation, even today, you still got 3 at a girls' high school game. At a boys' game, you got 10 to 20. That ratio is still bad. The women's sports don't have that much of a supporting system. So with me supporting it, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people think it's a problem. The way I support, you can support as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't include them in what I do, it's a problem.
And
See, everybody has a big circle. Everybody talks. Everybody do things together. I do stuff myself.
Mm-hmm.
With my own event, I do stuff myself. I had one event that I collaborated with 2 guys from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Not Philly, from New York. So how is it easy for me to collab with 2 guys from New York and I can't even do it with my own people in the city?
Good like that, man. Like speaking of hosting a big event, tell me about the Battle of the Barn event that you had.
So Battle of the Barn came about through my niece's dad. He introduced me to a guy named Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Corey lives out in Harrisburg,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I met Corey. Me and Corey talked. He said, let's have a game. Girls from Harrisburg against the girls from Philadelphia. His daughters played basketball. My niece played. Corey and my niece's dad were close. They was cool,
Mm-hmm.
growing up. So he introduced me to Greg Cavoli, who the gym is the man's house. Like, he has a gym in his house. So he said we can have the game here or whatever. So that point on, I started getting players together. Now the players I got, plus a few add-ons, played together AAU growing up. So when we set that up, they said, come up and we'll take care of everything. You don't have to pay for nothing. So mind you, once Battle of the Barn started, no kid had to pay for anything. No uniforms, no sneakers, no food, no nothing. Just come play basketball. So we had, this year will be going on our 6th year, right? Our 6th year. We went from having T-shirts to having uniforms. To one year, we gave my whole team LeBron James sneaks. Mind you, the winner gets a ring. Kids ain't got to pay for nothing. Last year, we bought wings from a store and fed the whole gym. Ain't nobody had to pay for no food. Everybody ate that food. Kids ain't had to pay for nothing. So with me not including them people, that's why I get the back burn.
Mm-hmm.
But that event is every year in Harrisburg. Harrisburg girls middle school, high school against Philly's middle school and high school, which is a great event. We have college coaches watching. Streaming is free. Entry fee is free. You can come in and eat for free. Parking is free. Everything is free. Like, you don't pay for nothing up there. So that event will continuously to go on until people start saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. And then we'll shut it down. But as of right now, it's going to keep going.
See, I love that. You know what I mean? And what I think back to is how much I had to like go out of my way to get opportunities like that, where, you know, college camps and, you know, being able to go to big group workouts and stuff like that. It's hard to be able to get into those rooms where you get to go up against people that you're not familiar with, because working out with your teammates every day is great. It's important for team chemistry, team development, all of that fun stuff. But I'll tell you, man, when you get to go out and you get to compete against and learn to play with people that you're not too familiar with and being able to expand that toolkit and network, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about the fact that, you know, a bunch of these girls that aren't, you know, in the same schools and the same neighborhoods get to go down and play in this game, right? They go down there, they meet, they get to bond, they get to build them relationships. Now, the middle school and them high school girls, they are going to probably remember each other for a very long time, if not the rest of their life. And that's lifelong bonds that you're not going to be able to take from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's very important, especially to development, because a lot of people, just the small thing of mentorship, having somebody that does what you do, does it at a high level, and gives you a role model. Because,
Right.
like, especially like, you know, with women, I believe when I did the research on it when I was in school, the turnaround from youth sports to adult sports with women is about 40% of the continuity that male sports have. Like a boy that plays basketball from 5 years old has a 60% higher chance of playing until 15 than a girl does, because of the surrounding factors that include, like, his friends playing, like, and a girl's friends group is a lower chance of her being around other girls that play basketball, so she might eventually stop playing or whatever have you. Football, the same thing, because there's more players on the team, there's more continuity, whatever. But that just goes to show that having events like that where you get to meet people that aren't in your typical pocket of groups is extremely important, especially to be able to grow these women's sports that we're trying to do right now.
Right.
You know?
Right. And during the Battle of the Barn, let me tell you, during COVID, when they shut everything down, mind you, they didn't know if they was going to have a high school basketball season. The same people in Harrisburg, we came together and said, let's have a Halloween fest during COVID. That was during that basketball season. Mind you, Halloween is October 31st. Basketball season starts in November. So they didn't know they was going to have games. I got 2 high school teams from Philly to go up there to play 2 high schools from Harrisburg, just to get them some exposure. Again, stream live, invited coaches to watch, and that same weekend, a girl got an offer from a school. Just because she played good. They lost, but she played good and got an offer from that event because nobody was doing anything. But we had an event during COVID at this man's house in his gym to give girls some type of basketball game to get at least 5-10% exposure out there. Because if they didn't have a season, some of them seniors wouldn't be where they at right now. So we said, let's have a game. And again, we did that. And again, COVID, same, maybe a year after that. Or it might have been the same year. I'm the only one with the 2 guys from New York that had an event at the Wells Fargo Center, Martin Luther King weekend. They said the day after Martin Luther King weekend, Tuesday, everything's going to be shut down again. We had it that Monday at the Wells Fargo Center. It was a blizzard that day. It snowed. It might have been last year or the year before last. It snowed, and we still had high school teams there. You know what I'm saying? For the girls event again. So all that I'm doing, and I did, is where the back burner come from, because why I didn't conclude those people that be talking. I didn't ask them, yo, come help me out. Why would I help them out when I know y'all hating on the back burner? You know what I'm saying? So me trying to help women's sports, I'm going to continue to do it. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to help these ladies get to where they have to get to. If it's a video, if it's pictures, even if it's setting up an event. The parents, the coaches, trainers, they ain't got to like me. As long as these kids is going to the next level, getting where they got to get to, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
And it's also very clear to say that, like, with men's sports, if you just cared about getting paid and if you just cared about doing big events, like, it's easy to just do the men's games all the time. You know what I mean?
And I'm cool with the men's sports. I'm cool with a lot of players.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to video when there's 45 other cameramen out there. Why put out the same footage of the other 44 people? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no bit of sense. I'm not going to put out the same dunk that 45 or 44 other people put out.
Over and over again.
They already getting exposure. So what am I doing to help them if they already got it? You know what I'm saying? So out of 45 people, if I decide to say, I'm going to go to the girls' game, y'all can stay at this game, guess what? These young ladies is getting footage from me
Just
compared to them. You know what I mean? At least I'm helping them out. So as I say that I do this, people hate that. Why you focus so much on the girls and not the guys? Because it's 44
I'd rather be the only camera, and like I said, I'll be at like, for example, I'm trying to think. I think it was like 2013 or 2014. This is back when like Jaquan Newton and all of them was at Newman. You know what I mean? And shout out to A-Dot Media. You know, I went to the one game. You got Jamie Boyer right there. You got this guy right there. You got like 5 or 6 different cameramen. And remember, that's back when Newman was jumping. This back when I think Quade used to still come off the bench. You feel me? Back when they was one of those programs, like before Dada was really playing much. And that was when like I'm trying to think who was all even on that Newman team. It was crazy though. If you remember what I'm talking about.
And let me tell you about Quag Green real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Quag, I never did a video of him in his game.
Mm-hmm.
Never did. Maybe I shot one workout joint. He was at Lou Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
But Ashley Jones was there, and that's who I went for, Ashley Jones. But Quaddy was there, so I did a video of Quaddy Green, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, he inboxed me because now he's been working people out. First thing he said to me was, Kee, continue to do what you're doing for the young ladies. They deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
And right there, it showed me like, okay, now if he's saying some positive stuff to me, why do I got to worry about everybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I never did a video for him, but he recognized the things I was doing.
Back then.
Right. And he asked me himself, can I help his little sister out with a workout?
Mm-hmm.
Can I work his little sister out? You know what I'm saying? He asked me, he a basketball player. He one of the top guards even now in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked me because he seen me working my niece out. Again, I'm not a trainer. He just wanted me to help his niece out. So someone like him is respecting what I'm doing. Why can't nobody else? And people that don't respect don't even know me. He don't really know me. Like, he know me now, but he didn't know me then.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, man, they're good like that, man. But no, he's really a good dude, man. Shout out to Q-Bug, man. Shout out to my man Quade.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's still playing overseas right now. Hell of a ball player. How did social media impact your game? Like, you know, obviously social media changes every day. Every day it's a new trend. Every day it's a new look to the videos, or somebody else doing something else with the slow-mo this or the reels that. Like, how much have you had to invest into developing your social media game to be able to keep evolving your skills as well?
Putting out more content and people seeing it. Just having names. Like me and him again. Me and him. We did something with a Kevin Hart situation. You know what I'm saying? That right there helped out a lot. So posting that stuff, like, oh man, you shot Kevin Hart. No, I didn't work for Kevin Hart, but it was a situation that had to involve with Kevin Hart. But that right there gave you a stepping stone in the business using social media, because with me tagging his name and hashtagging it, a lot of people will inbox me like, oh, you did Kevin Hart. Are you able to do this type of event? So every time they seen something from Kevin Hart to maybe a Tyke Smith or an NFL player through social media, the business started to expand even more, because it ain't like now you got to post up pictures on a pole to get business. Social media now is worldwide. So if he shared my video, you shared my video, somebody shared my stuff, it's getting around. So it impacted my situation a whole lot. But like right now, I got to the point where as though I don't worry about it now, because I'm pretty known now. So I don't have to really post too much for somebody to say, yo, can you come out to this event? Because they didn't see the work already.
Is there what was probably the coolest arena that you've shot in? Because obviously with me, you know, being as though I love sports now that I'm washed up and get to just chill, I try to make it my business to try to go to as many sporting events as I can. I'm actually going to the Maryland versus Iowa women's basketball game because I want to see Caitlin Clark play live. So tell me about, like, what was the coolest arena that you shot in before?
Honestly, the coolest one, it's two of them, is the Brooklyn Nets joint, the Cavi Irving Invitational when I went with Newman, and a West Virginia game, because the beginning of the game was just so explosive. I mean, the lights out, the fireworks inside the building, the little mountaineer boy shooting the gun, like, it's crazy. Like, you like, dang, like, that's crazy. Like, this inside, they doing all this fireworks and all that crazy stuff. But they're in the Brooklyn Next Center. What is it? What's
Barclays.
The Barclays Center. Yep. There. We did the Newman versus South Shore game, and that was kind of hype because Kyrie was there at the game. So those two.
Do you ever look back on, like, dang, like, I came from just being a young man shooting in Germantown and Cheltenham to where I'm at now? Like,
yeah, I look at some old videos like, man, my joint was whack. Look at my videos, like, them joints corny. Even some of the pictures I look at, like photographs, I'm like, man, this joint all colorful and skin all smooth because you use so much of editing, stuff to use it. I'm like, man, you look at it and I'm like, yo, that joint's crazy dumb. Compared to now, you look at it like now when I take serious on my videos, I make it look cinematic. I compare them to my old ones, even ones I did last year. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But I only take stuff serious when that paycheck is good, and I'm just being honest now. Like back then, it was for the love, but now it's like, man, I'm too old. I can't move. I gotta take this serious when it comes to you paying for what you get. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pay cheap, guess what? It's gonna be a quick 10-second edit video, no transitions, no color grading, no nothing. You're just gonna get a regular video. But if you want to pay, okay, now we talking. I'm gonna take my time and use, like, on one of my computers I got After Effects and Premiere Pro. I never used it, but you gonna pay the money. Guess what? I'm gonna use it, and it's gonna turn out fire. But ain't nobody wanna pay that yet. So before, like I said, it was love. Now you gotta pay. Gotta pay for that. I've been in this game too long.
Is there any more height that you still want to get to? Is there any like milestones that you're trying to get after? Like anywhere that you're still trying to see?
Nah, not really. I don't really care too much about NBA game or NFL game. Because I heard that they'll fire you when they don't need you no more, like on the spot. I heard a cameraman got fired. They sent him a letter.
The Miami Dolphins game.
They sent him a letter that said, "We don't need you no more."
Mm-hmm. It was the guy who I don't know if you've seen the clip. I'm gonna probably put it under the video, but basically, it was an instance during the Miami Dolphins game. This kid been working for Tyreek for like 2 or 3 years, and he ended up getting a job with the Miami Dolphins because he was Tyreek's personal videographer or whatever. So, and if I'm mistaken, curse me for it, but basically he was shooting Tyreek on the sideline. Like he had the big camera, but he had his phone too. Tyreek ran up on him while he was recording the video, grabbed his phone, held the phone, took a selfie, and then did a backflip while holding the phone and gave Cuz his phone back. The NFL said that it was a violation of like his role as a cameraman on the field, basically, and they fired him for Tyreek Hill reaching out, taking his phone, and recording and doing a video.
That's what happened. Like you gotta follow their rules and their guidelines. I can't work like that. I can't. I gotta be able to move around and do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they get paid good money, but at the end of the day, they own you. You know what I'm saying? You probably can't even use their footage. You gotta get the footage up to them. So I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool with the college games. If I get invited to do an NFL game, cool. That's fine. But I'm not going to work consistently unless, again, they paying top dollar. If you paying top dollar and I got a great camera, great lens, all right, I'm going to do them games. I'm going to do them. But as of right now, I'm cool with the college games and they still paying the little 4-figure checks. I'm cool with that because you notice I'm not working hard. It's one weekend and I'm done. I don't have to go every day like a 9 to 5. NFL, you got to go, give up your footage. You can't edit it until you get permission, which permission might be 5 months from now. I don't want no 5-month permission after a game they played already.
They got to show it on TV.
Yeah,
they got to.
NFL didn't use it already. Why would I want to make it? So, no, I'm cool. That's my milestone where I'm at right now, the college. But, no, I'm wrong. I want to make a movie. And we continuously talk about it, but I want to shoot a movie. That's one of my milestones. Is shooting a movie.
That'll be hard.
Getting out there, right? Shooting a movie. So just look out for that one day, 1 year, sometime.
Yeah, I wish they would have been able, like, imagine that, like they would have called up all the Philly like sports videographers for like that Adam Sandler movie that they shot like was it like 2 years ago?
Yeah, the one here. What was he, an agent or something, right? Yeah, it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like something like that would have been hard.
They would have.
So I'm going through the credits of the different athletes that you worked with. It's a lot of really big names in here. Obviously, Will Parks. Shout out to Will Parks. We got Monet Davis in here. I want to work with Monet Davis. She doing a lot of good things. I want to get her up here. I want to shoot an interview with her one day. Lance Moore. Diamond Johnson was hot in high school. I was at a couple of her games. I think she's still playing though, right? She at Norfolk State.
Norfolk State. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I watched.
I just talked to her yesterday.
She was a hell of a ball player.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel like now with where you at, like, it feels good that you don't have to, like, the cost of customer acquisition ain't high, like probably what it used to be, where you have to, like, because even though I'm not talking about cost as in money paying to do people videos, but cost of customer acquisition as in cold calling or sending out your stuff or having people give your stuff out, now knowing that you could just be sitting at home minding your business and, oh, damn, this the starting running back that's got 150,000 followers and his auntie willing to give me $2,000 to come shoot 3 games for him. Like, how does that feel compared to how it used to be where you had to kind of grind to get what you needed?
I mean, it's easy now. It's a lot easy because I don't even have to search for players now. Like, for instance, Ty Kee, he knows Ty Kee's baby mom.
Mm-hmm.
They call us for everything. When he even come home for stuff, events, workouts, he would hit me up and say, yo, come do a workout video. I don't have to call him or ask him. He'll call me. Yeah, for sure he's going to get a top quality videographer when he makes it to the NFL and stuff like that. But small thing, he'll still call. You know what I mean? So I don't have to reach out or send out like, yo, can I get a job with you or this, that? Because them guys is going to hit me up because of the friendship we still have, despite them going to the NFL, shit like that. Like I did a video for Darius Slay, workout video. Did a workout video with DeAndre Swift. I actually did his family's photos before he even went to college. You know what I'm saying? So back then, yeah, it was you got to reach out. But even then, we still ain't reach out. People reached out to us because they knew we was different. We didn't try to chase people down for clout. I was never one of those that, oh my God, he's here. Let me go get him and try to, video this or that. I had a incident. I don't know if he was there. I was at a club with this guy, Troy, promoter. He asked me to come down. 50 Cent was there, right? He said something about my light. He didn't want the light on his face. I said, okay, guess what? I left. Like, this ain't important to me. Y'all asked me to come down here. I ain't asked to go do him. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, I never had to beg or try to beg to get some content because I'm not a clout chaser. Like, I don't care about having this person or knowing this person. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm me. I'm going to sleep by myself, waking up by myself. I'm going to be in my grave by myself. Not with this celebrity, not with that celebrity, by myself. So me chasing out or trying to reach out, that was never me. I would never did that.
Do you have any advice for like a young videographer or photographer that's like getting into the game now?
Don't try to be friends with the sports celebrities, athletes, or any celebrity. Don't try to be friends because they already have their set of friends. Not to say that they're rude and not to say that they're ignorant, but they have their set of friends. It was one videographer, young boy. He said, my niece and them had a clothing line. They was getting together, right? And they had a little pop-up shop. He hit me up in my DM. This is when I first met him. He said, can I come to your pop-up shop to take photos? Sure, you can. Come along. He came. Same day, I was taking my niece and them out to dinner to celebrate their pop-up shop. He said, can I go? Sure, you can go. He went. Paid for his dinner and everything, right? He asked me for advice, just like you said, what would I get him? I said, never make friends or be friends or call these athletes your brother because they're not your brother.
They're clients.
They're clients, right? Right off the bat, he started calling somebody big bro. DM him, comment on his Instagram, big bro, this or that. And I told him, you should never do that because your feelings are going to get hurt when they don't recognize your messages or stuff like that. He don't call him big bro no more. They don't even stay in contact no more. And the person that I told him not to do that with when we was filming, I'm still cool with him. But I don't call him bro, little bro, because I'm older than these athletes. If you look at it, at the end of the day, these NFL guys that becomes like Kee, he's still a kid to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's a young adult, but he's still a kid. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, that's my bro, we're going out to eat and this or that. You're never going to see us go out to eat. But I still had a respect for him because he still looks up to me, he still calls, he still hits me up, or whatever the case may be. But I'm never going to look at it where as though we're going out to eat. So these young videographers, I try to tell them, don't try to be friends. These guys have their set of friends already.
Mm-hmm.
They have their family, they have their closest people, and they already have. If you're not a continuously cameraman that's riding along with them every single day or stuff like that, they're not your bro. They're not your big bro, they're not your little bro, they're not nothing. So treat it as, oh, that's a client.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here.
It's one of my favorite clients.
Right,
or whatever.
when you call me. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Monet Davis. We tight. But you don't see me calling her little sis, big sis, this, or that. Her and her mom will call. If they need me, they'll call me. And still today, they still call and say, yo, I need you to take pictures of me during Christmas or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, video. Monet said, Kee, do you have extra camera that I can use? She came all the way down to my crib, got the camera. Now she's in New York. Stuff like that. But you're not going to sit here and saying, oh, I'm going to keep calling Monet Davis every day. She has her life. She has her peers. She's younger than me. I don't even call my niece now. She's in college. Why should I hover her, you know what I'm saying, to try to get clout and try to make people think, oh, she's a college athlete. This is my people. I don't want nobody near her. So when I tell these young videographers, do not try to befriend these athletes because your feelings are going to get hurt at the end of the day. If you notice at Inhotep, there's videographers at every football game.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
People filming Jasir. Or everybody filming Jasir Whittington.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But guess who they called for him, for them to film? Because the University Pitt coach was coming to the house. Me. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect them as
a client.
As a client. Also, me and his dad's real close, so yeah, we may call each other family, but at the end of the day, you're still a client. I'm not going to be the one that's trying to be all in the background and news, like P. Diddy being in the videos dancing.
No need.
Right.
And I feel like that's a very, very important take because I remember when I was at a convention a couple of days ago. Wallow had this thing called the podcast convention. They pointed out their two cameramen that was there. The one guy, I met him in here. We still follow each other on social media. Call him Content Kev.
Mm-hmm.
With him and then the other guy, he was like, if you guys notice, like our whole media team is me, Gil, and these two dudes right here with the cameras. But if you notice, they've been working with us for the past 3, 4, 5 years, but none of y'all don't know their names. You know why? Because they love being cameramen. They're not in this to be celebrities. They're here to get paid, do their work, and go home. He was like, I love the fact that when I'm working with these guys, they take their job super duper serious because these days, every other cameraman that we be working with, they always, oh no, this, that, and the third. If I'm doing the video for you, this, that, and the third, I need to have my watermark all big all over the screen because if not, then how people gonna know I did it? If I'm paying you to not have your watermark on there, what's the issue?
What's the issue, right?
What's the issue? If we're doing it and it's quick, like right now, what you do, you're doing quick highlight videos for the guys, for the athletes. It's cool to have the Kee Vandaway stamp at the end of their video.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to put out a documentary and I have you follow me around all day, whatever have you, and I'm trying to put out a big production and it's going to be on like a big network or whatever have you because, you know, with them, they work with Barstool or they work with this. Right. And there's branding things that go with that.
Right. Yep.
If it's a violation of their branding deals to have somebody else's watermark pop up on the video and they tell you, I don't want your watermark on there. If you're getting paid, if the money is still green, do you think should you care that your watermark isn't popping up on the screen?
Right, exactly. And that's what I do with Del State. You don't see my watermark on their videos. They paying for it. I take my watermark off. Watermark don't mean nothing to me because you're giving me a 4-number check. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that. Now, if you pay me $100 check, guess what? Kee Vandaway Mark gonna be on that joint. You know what I mean? But no, like I don't care about the watermark, and that goes to show you what you said about Wallow and them. Don't bet you them cameramen don't sit there and be saying that's they big bros and this and that. They there for the business. They there for the work. That's why they sticking around. That's why they got them around.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not chasing clout. Like, I don't know who the cameraman is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if they're crickets in the world, then that's a good thing because they're not trying to chase clout. Like, oh, I do this for Gilly. I do this to that. You know what I mean? Javante Davis cameraman. You see the chain he be wearing? And he's one man. His chain is fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the levels you want to get to. But again, if Javante Davis came here to came here to work out, and I'm filming, I'm not befriending him because you already see this man got a cameraman that probably couldn't make it, but he needed the content.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, this is my little bro now, because I did one video. No, but that's what a lot of these young cats do now. They do one video of somebody that got a big name. That's their bro now.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, big bro. It's not your bro. Take a picture of one
It's
video.
not your bro. It's not your bro. Y'all just met, man. Y'all strangers for real. You a stranger that got paid, man.
Listen, I did the video of the motivational speaker, Eric Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I just did him months ago. He said, yo, send me some pictures and footage. I ain't never saved his number in my phone. Because why? We're not friends.
Mm-hmm.
Kerr, the rapper, did his joint at Crystal Ray not too long ago. Me and him was talking on the side. I showed him some of the pictures. He said, yo, text me them pictures. Here go my number. Take my number down. Take his number. Never saved it. I texted him the pictures right then and there because it was his number, but I ain't never saved it. I'm never going to speak to this man again. I'm never going to see this guy again unless he be like.
Unless he reach out to me, and he knows how to reach out to me. He knows how to find me.
Right. I'm not going to keep begging to come film you because he probably already got a cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, these young guys, they chase the fame and the friendship of these celebrities and not knowing that you're going to be heartbroken down the line because
eventually they're just going to take you as free work.
That's it.
They're going to be like, all right, bet. I already know. Like, Kee Vandaway, he called me his little bro. So, I'm down bad right now. And I might dap up and take a picture with him and post it on my story, but I don't even got to pay Kee Vandaway no more. Mm-hmm. I know Kee Vandaway just going to pop up on me with a camera whenever I tell him I'm in the city, you know.
Funny thing is, me and him put a lot of people on the folks, on athletes.
Mm-hmm. And
they might have stirred the words around to get to where they at, but we put people on, and they will never admit to it that this is how they got their client, which is sad. But again, I don't care.
Come with the game.
Comes with the game, right? Exactly.
Oh man, but I really appreciate you for coming down here today, man. I feel like you gave out a lot of game. A lot of people got stuff to learn from you. I got a lot of homies as videographers, actually. There are a lot of people that actually look up to you with a lot of the stuff you do, man. So
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So keep doing all the fun stuff you're doing, man. I'm always tapped into the content. I always see it, man. Like I said, I always respect it because, like I said, I was just working with pictures, and it used to take me hours sometimes. So when I see videos and all of the cool angles and effects and lighting, I always respect it because I know how hard it is to do. Mm-hmm. One of my boys actually a videographer for the Charlotte Hornets now. He down there, living down there. Yeah, he was working with Florida Gulf Coast. Now he worked for the Charlotte Hornets. So he having the time. But like I said, guys, make sure you're liking, you're commenting, and subscribing. I got a lot of really cool interviews on the way. I'm going to be branching out into a lot of different avenues in the sports world. I'm very, very excited to get this one, though, man. This one's very personal, man. I'm very excited because, like I said, man, I've been knowing of Kee for quite a long time now. So this was one that I knocked off the list. So, like I said, my man, very thankful that you was able to come down here today.
I appreciate it, man.
Man, you know, guys, stay tuned for more.
I couldn't tell you in person, so I decided to write a song.